Just for the recording has started. It's in an obvious spot, no hidden cameras, no...
Is it live streaming?
Yes.
Okay, so start meeting at 7:32 this year. Okay, so there's only a few things. We changed a couple things on the agenda. I don't know if you guys have the agenda. Some of you do?
Yeah, we all
I
have
can't
it.
get a copy of it right now. Do you have the agenda?
No.
Alright, so just a few things.
It's electronically.
We're gonna talk about, we're gonna approve the minutes, we're gonna elect officers, and then we're gonna discuss the historical banners, and I wanna just chat about the ornaments a little bit, okay? And our new meeting dates. So we have to just approve minutes. I sent the minutes out to everybody. Did everybody, see the minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay, so I moved to approve the minutes from October meeting. November meeting? No,
Okay.
October meeting.
Yeah, October meeting.
Okay. And Nicole.
Second, Nicole.
Okay, awesome, done. Okay, so usually Jean does this, walks through elect the officers. So we're gonna have to fake it somehow. So we need a chairperson, a vice chairperson, and a secretary. So, Gail is the vice chairperson, I am the chairperson currently, and Donovan is the secretary. So if you guys would like to nominate anybody else?
Or nominate the existing people, I guess, or however it works.
Would you like to be part of the committee, like chairperson wise? That's okay if you say no.
I have a lot of stuff personally going on, and I'll be starting another job soon, so I would prefer to just be a member and not have to take the
There we
minutes,
go.
if that's okay. If you'd like to take the minutes and be secretary, that would be great. Interested?
She's like, not me! Okay, I guess.
It's really not that big.
Of course you do.
I just, you know, I got a lot of things going on this year,
I'll help
and,
you.
you know, so
Okay.
it would help me out.
Sure.
Thank
Perfect. Are you okay with being vice
Sure.
chairperson again?
I second that.
And are you okay with being chair again? I nominate
Let me
Julie's
think
chair.
about
Who
that.
seconds it?
Second.
Oh,
Done.
I didn't even have to say yes.
Yeah, I know.
Wonderful. Okay, so how do we do this now, Manny? Do you remember? I think we have to. We seconded everything, so that's all we have to do, right?
Now, do we have to vote?
You do
We
a
have
vote.
to
I have to
after
do a
to make
formal
sure.
vote, yeah.
Okay.
So with the slate.
Fine with
slate.
Robert's rules of order.
Right.
Right. So we have to say. So can you do it for us
You
then?
can do all approve the current nominations set with Julie being the chair.
Gail, vice chair.
Nicole, secretary.
And just making sure. And Nicole as the secretary. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any against? Any discussion? Aye. Guess we can
Perfect.
move it forward.
There we go. Thank you. It's hard to be the chairperson and then nominate
Nominate
yourself and then approving yourself.
We're in the Brady Bunch.
Okay, so on the agenda are all the new meeting dates for the year. We do not meet in August, and we do not meet in December. A couple of things, it's the second Wednesday of the month. A couple of things, ornaments, sales were fantastic. We have about 15 left.
Nice.
That's it.
So
Wow,
everybody's
that's
gotta go
amazing.
home and find one or two people to
Well, we can sell them for twice as much next year,
Because they'll be a collector's item?
yes.
Extremely limited.
Extremely, extremely limited. So if everybody could just sort of try to get rid of those. As far as the magnets go, we still have a number of magnets left, but that's okay because
They're no seasonal. How many do we have left, do we know?
I didn't count them all.
Okay. More than 100, you think?
Oh, definitely more than
Yeah,
100.
I think I have
You have-
maybe 50 at the store.
Yeah.
I think people put them on more in the spring anyway.
Yeah.
When I had magnets, I only put them on in the spring.
Sure.
So maybe we'll get some more.
So it's gonna be still at Berkeley Hardware and Halls. We probably have to get that out in the springtime, so.
Is there
Make a
someplace else that we're
suggestion.
allowed to sell them? In some of their upcoming community event that we'd be allowed to sell them at? What do you think of? I mean, maybe the street fair in the summer, but it's a ways.
Well,
There's a
that-
huge
that-
soccer event coming up, so it's in April, I believe. I mean, I could touch base with John and relations, I work with them, so
Okay.
we could have that there,
Okay?
cause the whole town is there.
Any contacts with the car wash? You would try the car wash.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's gonna
That's
go.
where you tend to lose them.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's a
really
good idea. Perfect. Okay, so can I leave that to you, to talk to Car Wash, and
Yeah.
see if they'll sell some
Well, it's
for
not even
us?
just the car wash, if you tap into the schools, when they do the fundraisers, the Boy Scouts, car wash. And right now, those are kind of winter themed, I think, from what I remember, the magnets.
No, they're not.
No,
They're
no.
all year.
They're all year,
Then
it just
any
says,
car wash can be, you can
Scarisburg.
piggyback, even if you, have you made a profit already on it, or broke even?
we probably
So I don't have the actual numbers. I know we definitely
Even if you,
deposited a little over $5,000, and
even if you go out and give them an incentive to sell, 50 cents per magnet, back as a,
Yeah.
to the.
I would rather not give them.
Not for the car wash, but for the Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts.
Oh, for the kids, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, not for the businesses. The businesses are basically, I think they should be helping.
I have to ask the lawyer if that's okay to
I
do
think
that.
that's okay.
Okay. Alright, but I like the car wash idea.
Yeah.
And you'll look into the soccer
Yeah,
event?
I'll just email you,
Awesome.
John
And then
Conley.
we can always order more, right? So if we find that we're selling them, we can always order some more. And that could be like just a fundraiser we do all the time,
Mhm.
right? Okay, and then, we are working, it's still Halo, because they screwed up with their, delivery for us. They are working on crunching some numbers to bring down the costs a little bit more, so, I'm waiting to hear back from them, so hopefully we have an answer on that soon. Okay, I was gonna talk about the garbage cans, but I don't have enough information for that, so I'm gonna skip that one. We're gonna table that for our next, future item. And then the priorities, I really think that Jean should be here and our whole group should be here before we do that, so,
Yeah, I think
I think
Lexi
that's
tried to do priorities piecemeal once, and it ended up taking like 4 meetings.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
So, so we're not gonna do that, so, and then, the other thing is, when we talked about, the lights, that is not, they pulled back because the engineer report came in and from Wells Fargo, and they said, they had to call back the information, and they're gonna revise, I guess, the plans and come back in February, so.
Okay. That's why I
Nothing
didn't hear, that's why I didn't hear
changes.
back whether my revisions were okay.
Your visions were perfect.
Didn't matter.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about the historical banners. We're really gonna do this grassroots. I already spoke with Dan Palladino from the Historical Society. He's totally in on working with us. Spoke with Ann Bartholomew, who is also in the Historical Society and, is a graphic designer, in town, graphic designer, willing to help us in any way, shape, or form on designing all of the banners.
Yes, it's gonna be a big design job, cause there's
It's
gonna be a
gonna-
lot of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
How many different types are we gonna have?
so that's what we need to,
Yeah.
this is sort of that working meeting to say, let's come up with, some thoughts and ideas. So I did print off of, Wikipedia, which I know is not a very good, source of information for a lot of times, cause it's editable. But it does give me some famous people from Berkeley Heights, which I thought was, very interesting. You wanna read them?
So you mean people and places?
So, okay, so
People, places, and
I think it should be, I talked to Midge, who's sick today, so I talked to her and she said, the historical should probably her thoughts are, historical should probably comprise of places, people and things. So
Yep.
places within Berkeley
Agreed.
Heights, people, and then things like the transistor radio, right, for Bell Labs. So, I jotted down a few thoughts, that I had, and then she jotted down a bunch of thoughts, and so I'll just share them with all of you, if you'd like me to do that. And then maybe we can hone in on what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. Does that work?
Sounds like a good
Yeah?
idea.
That's good.
Okay.
information.
Okay, so, Garden State Fireworks and the, Santor family, oh, you're gonna organize these for us?
I'm just gonna type.
So good.
Because I can't remember.
Aren't they in
The Santor family,
I don't
Long
know.
Hill now or something?
Sorry?
Aren't they in Long Hill now?
but their business is here, right?
Or some, maybe I'm mistaken.
Oh, maybe?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Santor, Chris? I think that he's still coaching, Berkeley Heights soccer.
No, I know he's a resident here, never mind.
Do you
I
think
just
that the actual business is in Long
I
Island?
think it is,
Oh.
but I'm maybe
Oh.
mistaken.
Okay, so,
But the family doesn't just.
I
They do, they
I
live
think they
here.
live here still, yeah. They're still very part of the town, I just
And
think
the-
that,
And the business is 100 years old, it was founded, right?
that's stuff we would have to
We have to
check,
look, okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay, so all like location, question marks. Location, store.
all right, Bell Labs with the transistor.
And what year was that? 1941.
I have no idea, you're asking the wrong person about that. This is a brainstorm, okay, I don't have too much detail, we have to delve into the detail.
We need to fact check that.
Yes.
My roommate in college was from Brookings, Oregon, and he said, "Oh, the AK-47 wasn't the only good thing invented in 1941." I said, "Oh no, the transistor radio. Oh, the transistor was too." And he goes, "Well, how do you know that?" He was an electrical engineer. He was reading it in his textbook. And I goes, "It was invented in my hometown in New Jersey."
Oh my God, so
Yeah.
you know the date, so you're right.
All right, fact has been checked.
Fact has been checked, Donovan knows.
The radio telescope wasn't?
Okay,
Was it radio?
Free Acres,
Yep.
and we can tag along with Free Acres, James Cagney, because he lived in
Yep,
Free Acres.
I know.
Hold on,
Bromowitz?
it's right here somewhere. Do you see James Cagney anywhere?
I've read it before, so that's there.
Right here.
I know it's there.
Actor who resided
Resided in
in
Free Acres from 1899 to 1986, and that's when he resided, that's not necessarily his dates, but
Right, that was
that's,
his little
that
doc,
was
but he
when
was
he
here,
lived
and there's a
here.
bunch of
That's a
other
long
Yeah,
time.
famous
I
people in
feel
Free Acres
like
too.
that's
Yeah, that is a long time.
Don't we have a couple of Yankees too?
And it wasn't founded yet.
I think there was a Yankee.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, look at that.
Steve.
Steve Balboni from the former
Yeah,
New York
that's right.
Yankees.
I think we had a giant too at some point.
Okay.
Peter Segal from NPR's Wait, Wait, Don't.
Wasn't there a
Probably
boxer?
not
Peter
famous
Segal,
enough.
NPR Radio,
Probably not
yes.
famous enough. but-
No, he's Wait, Don't Tell Me.
I know,
He's
I
a
love
playwright, he's an author, and he's books and movies.
He's in California, he's in LA, I think.
No, he's in Chicago.
In Chicago.
But he's here, but he's from here.
From
Can I comment on this? Am I allowed to comment?
I don't know.
Because there's
Good
a
choice.
there's a Bob Dylan song that was written in Berkeley Heights. I think at this guy Abramowitz's house, but one of like Tangled Up in Blue. I don't know if it's that one, but one of the songs was supposedly written in Berkeley Heights.
Okay, well,
Anyway,
you wanna let me know which one it is?
yeah.
We can just-
Was it Berkeley Heights or East Orange?
No,
I
Berkeley.
think it's Berkeley Heights, yeah.
Okay.
I forget which one.
Lord Littell Farm. That's an historical site in Berkeley Heights.
Okay.
Okay, so,
Deserted Village?
There's also a
so
publishing
Watchung
company.
Reservation, is Deserted Village Watchung or Berkeley Heights?
Berkeley Heights.
The Deserted
That's
Village
that's the
is
far
Berkeley
end.
Heights?
70 splits apart Berkeley Heights. It's a condo complex in East 78, and
Yeah.
Deserted Village is.
We own like half of,
Yeah.
or a quarter of Watchung Reservation.
Yep,
Yeah.
so, yeah, we both said Watchung Reservation.
There's also a publishing company, that, I'm not gonna, I can't remember right now, there's also a publishing company that was founded here that published some really, like, artsy, beautiful books, I'll look into it and tell you.
Okay.
He's famous, he's only in, couldn't remember what he was.
Okay. I think we should probably find out, Berkeley is the namesake of our town, and why do we use Berkeley? I think he was a, I wanna say famous,
I don't even know about that. I'd like to know
something.
more.
Yeah, he's famous something that we used his name, so.
I remember reading, I don't remember what, because we were in New Providence, and so.
And it was called New Providence.
Yeah,
Right, but Berkeley has a significance here. I think it's his family was here, and he owned Lord Littell Farm at one point, and then he moved up the hill. I started to read it, and it was a little much for me, so.
The historical
I
society-
stopped, because it was very confusing.
The historical society publishes.
Yes, right, exactly, so
And
this is.
there's also there's a book or two published of us, like, in our town.
Yes,
these
yes, we
historical
have to
books.
find that. I don't
Yeah,
have that.
it's
I
on
can't
Amazon.
find it.
I'll buy it.
Oh, you have it
I
already?
have that.
Oh, perfect.
Say it to the
Yeah,
watchung.
I'll buy it.
I'll look for it.
I'll buy it. It's
What
on Amazon.
might be a good idea, if we're gonna have these signs for people, places and things be the theme for the signs, would be to, and we have a few of these locations that we wanna highlight, and we might wanna have signs specific for those locations or just downtown, but we can combine some of these
Yes.
famous people with the location. So like Bell Labs, you can, you know, put this communications engineer and put the person who develops C programming language and the transistor guy, and then maybe put, you know, with one of the parks, we could put like the Yankee and that kind of stuff. And
Sure.
have some type of.
Like here's where the best layer or something.
Yeah, you know, and then that way it gives a little more meaning to the theme that we're trying to develop, and also the signs and the place that the signs would be. So I don't know. It's
What do
just
you
an
guys feel
idea.
about using the old logo that's behind the town hall, behind the bays? Because the old logo does have the transistors. It has two for the transistor.
It's the
Town seal.
the
It's
town
a
seal.
And that seal remains.
Yeah, no, I mean,
So
but
we
using
have
something.
the Welcome to Berkeley Heights songs,
Yeah, that's
things
true.
already that have the seal on it, so.
No, I mean just that as a for the banner for the homage for something else.
Yes, absolutely, we can use it, yep.
You don't have to.
No, but look, this is just sort of a
Yeah, no,
dump.
brain stavings were
This
just.
is a dump, right?
Those are rates.
Peppers for Peppers and Peppertown Park, like Peppers were, on farms here, yeah, that's how the Peppertown Park got its name, because there was, is it hot in here all of a sudden?
Yes.
I turned this up because it was freezing,
It's
sorry.
cold. Oh, heat. Thank you.
Yeah, the Peppertown Park thing was almost a little derogatory because it was unfair because people in the area weren't used to the fact that the Italian farmers who were here were like putting peppers out to dry, and that's why we call it Peppertown. So it's like a little,
Right.
little like a dig, but now it's charming.
Yeah. Yes, probably. So, you know, in Peppertown, there's the clock, there's Peppers, we probably can use something in that banner for all those things. I don't know if you wanna use Veterans Memorial Park, but that will be historical, so we probably should use that one. Highlander. That's our high school, so this is the thing, you know, when I was talking to Midge, she was like, you know, Highlander, and you know, how do we become the Highlanders? Maybe some.
Well, it's the
thoughts
highest part in
around-
Union County. That's
Well,
why.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why they.
550 feet above sea
Yeah, a whopping 500 feet.
We still flood.
Yeah, we still flood.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the highest part in Union County, so that's why, and because that's where the high school is positioned, and then we came up with that name.
Yeah, but aren't the Highlanders like?
Scottish.
Yeah, there's
But
something.
they
Well, then that
It
ties
doesn't
into the
fit,
band and
yeah.
all that other stuff. But the Highlander name was because of the position of the high school, I believe, being the highest part in Union County. And then from that, I guess they tied it, I mean, because the band came along later, I think.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
always
but-
ties
but
in the
there is-
mascot after.
There is detail about the Highlander being
Well, that's a,
a Scottish.
yeah, and then that ties into our band.
Right.
To be, yeah, I don't know if they call it, they positioned the high school there, built it on the highest part in the county. I think that's how they have some type of the Highlander name.
Right.
And then they decided
And
later
then
to get
the
the
last,
Scottish.
yeah, and then I think they probably combined it with figuring out the mascot and putting it together with, you know, the Scottish marching band.
Sure.
thing. I don't know, we have to look into it further, but I know the Highlander, I think, was started more so because of being the highest point in the county.
Right.
And then the mascot and the band and all, I think,
All
worked in after,
Okay.
along with it.
So if we talk about the Highlander, maybe do we have to do some homage to the elementary schools and to that? That's what she, so she was kind of.
The first school in Berkeley Heights would be something to put up on the
No,
ballot. But
that would
what
be
was-
Columbia.
Yeah, but what was the first?
But it wasn't
school?
even there, it was
wasn't there. I mean,
actually
it would've been a
somebody's
long time
house,
ago.
yeah, now,
And it would,
somebody's living
you know,
there.
I don't know if that's interesting.
But what the nice thing about it is it's kind of like our remote satellite of the town over there,
Yeah.
the high school. It is
Yeah.
kind of,
It's cool.
well, no, I mean, just in general, if you wanna look at the town, we can all kinda converge here, but over there, that's kind of another converging point, because they're kind of more in Murray Hill, New Providence, and Summit than they are part of Berkeley Heights,
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we have to talk about whether or not we wanna include Highlander, not Highlander.
I would
Do we
say
do
yes.
the elementary schools? Do we do like, she sort of said, how like each school has like drama dragons and bike rodeo and they all have their things. She's like, what if we incorporate something of that? these are just ideas. She said, what if we find the first mayor, maybe the first teachers, the first police officer, the first fireman, maybe we can do some homage to the first in Berkeley Heights.
You put
The
postal-
question's gonna be, because we were in Providence before and now we're Berkeley Heights, how does that all?
Well, that's what the historical society has to help us.
Exactly, so we have to talk to Dan, who's coming to our next meeting,
Oh,
Dan.
yeah, I love this stuff.
Yeah, so he's coming to, I figured we needed to sort of get our heads straight first
Right.
before we
Get
had
all
him come in,
organized, yeah.
and talk.
So are we looking at these being historical banners or just, it doesn't seem
I
like
think it
just
has to be historical.
Because if we start talking about things like every grammar school who's been around for 40 years logo, I don't know if it's historical or not.
Yeah,
I mean, is it?
I don't think so either, but I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there as
Okay.
an idea. Jill Santoriello she's a female composer on Broadway. She wrote the music and lyrics for A Tale of Two Cities on Broadway. She also said, what if we do something for like the rescue squad, the police department, the fire department, DPW, on one or on two or something. She sort of threw that out there. She said Al Sansone started the PAL in town. That's why the Sansone Field is Sansone Field versus the Horseshoe Field. She said, what about him? That may be somebody we should think about. The dogwood tree is our tree. Another idea. Passaic River, maybe talk to the Environmental Commission about how to incorporate Passaic River and that whole thing there. And then all these people, and I think we just need to do more work with the Historical Society on what else, cause he had a number of, when I spoke to him on the phone, he had like a number of things that he was going around about. Now, pictures, I wonder if we could maybe find some really old pictures, like, there's a bunch of pictures in here. I wonder if we should
There's a bunch of
find.
pictures in that book too, that Berkeley
Yeah, I
Heights
gotta
Yeah.
find that book, there's a lot.
They're doing a bunch of it.
Yeah,
There's
so
still
maybe we could leverage some of those pictures as backdrops, to certain things. I don't know, how are you feeling, like, how do you feel these should look?
I don't think photographs are gonna work on the ballot, I think
Yeah,
something
I don't
with
think so.
illustrations.
Need to be illustrations.
Yeah, I think the photography could be an inspiration, but if you think about the level of detail, the size of the banner, how it's gonna work, I don't think photographs are gonna work, especially old black and white ones.
Yeah, I agree
Okay.
100%. And I think it should be mostly graphic with, like I think we can get kind of a little creative with how we present the graphic, how you wanna write the words that we wanna write and maybe write other
Three or
ones
four
in
words.
different hierarchy even on the sign.
I figure out probably 3 or 4 words for each sign, otherwise it's not gonna be.
It's gonna be too much.
useful.
Exactly. You
So
need
then
it to
we're
be
gonna
quick
go for-
read, right?
So,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to come up with, well, what is it that we're working on, and then we'll come up with the syntax. Do we use first or what, like, how do we pull these together?
What I'm, I think, most lost about, I know we're throwing a lot of ideas around, we have a lot of great ideas, but we're thinking, I think we got a lot, I think we probably have too many
Yes, this
different
has to be
things.
cut down,
Cut down.
absolutely. This is strictly a
We need to
document.
figure out, I guess, we're thinking these banners, I wanna be clear, we're gonna be going.
Springfield Avenue.
Springfield Avenue on the telephone poles.
Right.
And that's gonna be the primary focus of where we're putting.
And
at this
how
point.
big, and do we know approximately?
So, do you remember how big they were? And then we're gonna probably have to find a cost, because each banner is now
It's
gonna
cost
be different.
different.
So,
Well, that's kinda what my next point was.
but each banner is gonna be different.
Which is why we might end up doing 10 and repeating them, or
Right.
whatever, we'd have
Right.
to figure it out.
I think that's kind of gonna be the better way to go, because if you're doing one banner, and the cost producing them is gonna be, if we have one unique banner every time and we do 30 banners that are all different,
It's
I
gonna
don't.
be like $200 for that.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
be crazy.
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
I do agree with having a good variety, but I think we need to,
Yeah, maybe we can, hone it
Tighten
down
down a
by
little bit.
having one that's really historical, meaning history. Having one that has to deal with arts,
Yeah.
meaning, the writer and the composer that you did.
Yeah.
Sort of like going to school and you have the different subject matters to show
Yeah.
that Berkeley Heights has a diversification.
I like that.
Of all different types of talents coming out of the community.
Even
Like
the-
highlighted.
Highlighted.
I love that.
And,
Yeah.
and education, and even the commerce, like the Desert Village, maybe that's really, we
Yeah.
can pull that together.
yeah, I think that's the way to go. Maybe come up with, we can somehow grab this and shrink it down to maybe, I wouldn't say more than 10, but maybe even 5 categories, or 5 to 10 categories maximum.
Categories or banners?
Well, yeah, I mean, when I make categories, I guess type of banners.
You can always get the categories now, or get the banners now, and then have a list for next year, next year, the next batch of banners.
Right, we
So
can
you
totally
already-
do that, yep.
You already said, because your half-life of these banners would be, what, 12 months?
Mount Carmel Society was another one she said. So I forget that one.
So it's like religious life or something.
And she also said Springfield Avenue then and now, like that would be interesting. See, I sort of pictured these banners as being like these cool, old-looking pictures, and then like a little word in the bottom, like words in the bottom. Like that's how I sort of envisioned it, or like, you know, name on the side, or.
Have you Googled any, like, that maybe,
I had some pictures that I just had on my phone, and.
Well, they can get stylized. Once if you find a black and white photo, you stylize the black and white. Yeah. I mean, there's 10,000
Bring your
of the
phone.
fonts, so if it's stylized, it'll pop up. But you don't have Amazon, right? We can order
If we only
40
do,
houses.
if we only do 10 banners, and if we wanna do photographs, we might reconvince saying, one of the criteria has to be to have a photograph. And if we only did 10, it's doable, but when we were looking at this really long list, I was like, how can we possibly find?
No, again, that was a dump of ideas, and we can say, no, we're not gonna do any schools, right? Cause that's not really historical to me. Maybe the Highlander, if you wanna talk about that, but it's not really historical, like, the transistors are historical, that was
Right.
made here, right?
Right.
And there's, you know, there's pictures.
I believe Chris's business was founded by his father, and it wasn't founded in Berkeley Heights, if I'm correct, fireworks.
Oh, okay,
Chris Santori.
Okay.
okay,
But I could check with him.
Okay.
I deal with soccer, so he's right there.
perfect.
But again, talking about historical, if it was founded here, that would be great, but I'm pretty positive it
It's
wasn't.
not, yeah, okay,
Yeah, I think there were.
from somewhere else.
Mhm.
So, so when I was in Pennsylvania and I had seen some of these historical banners, and they really had like, you know, it was, or maybe it was a college I saw that, like, they had their historical people in the college on them, and that's what
Yeah.
sort of made me think, oh my gosh, we should do that for
Yeah.
Berkeley Heights.
Very nice.
I picture like
What do you
a
think?
black and white picture. That's what I
Yes,
picture.
right, exactly, a black and
You
white,
know,
yeah.
like when you go to colleges, it
Yeah.
makes such a imprint. But I do notice that, you know, when we went to Penn State, they had this beautiful banner, and they did have the library, which it looks like White House. It's
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous, and that's all they had. And then like the statement, which was three words. I forget what the 3 words were, and it's not "We Are Penn State."
That was before.
That was before. But they literally had like one big picture, and it was done in black and white.
Right, and it was the whole thing was the picture.
The whole thing was a picture.
Yeah.
I think that, I still remember to this day, that made an impact. There was another one with the Nittany Lion, and it made an impact. So if we put too many pictures together, I think it might get lost.
Yes, absolutely, I was thinking one sort of picture.
Well, I think we need to have a consistent theme
Yes,
throughout all.
absolutely.
Number
Mhm.
one.
I wouldn't do half illustration, half photos.
Yep.
And then I think we need to have, I think, you know, whatever we decide the categories are or the themes are, that needs to be like the highlight word of whatever word we wanna show. And I don't think it could be much more than that. And then whatever type of photo we wanna make it relate to. Like here, this one is for some basketball players and stuff, but like they all kinda relate together, they go together in a set.
Yeah,
You know,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
one example.
Yeah.
And then, like, this is another one in a museum. Once again, you know, they're pictures, you know, high resolution
Ah.
photos, but, you know, they kind of all go
Yeah.
together with each other. So
Yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
need to, whatever it is, we need to find good photos that
Yeah.
relate to whatever we want to showcase. And then the wordage has to be minimal, and it has to be something you can read in a split second
Second,
that
that's right.
you can drive by and, you know.
You're right, because wisdom stood out.
Yeah.
You know, out of 3, it stood out.
so
Yeah.
I like that one, yeah.
And then like this is also nice, if we do something with black and white photos, like this says play, you know, we could have something else, we could say Berkeley Heights on the bottom, and then take a color wash over and change it for each
I love
category.
that.
And do
Yes,
like
I like
red
that.
I
and
love
blue and, you know, if we wanna go like that.
So I like this because it goes with our experience,
Yeah.
Berkeley Heights
Yeah.
concept.
It's funny, because I was thinking that maybe what we might wanna do, as the first and last banner would be the where tradition is tomorrow, kind of
Begins and
as
ends
the
it.
introduction to this
Yeah.
historical series.
Oh, that's nice.
So that gives a
I
context.
love
So
that
then-
idea.
So then we
Beginning,
can,
yeah.
then we don't have to
Yeah.
kind of belabor, they'll know this is a historical set, we don't have to belabor it
Right.
on the
Right.
banners, right?
So
We
Yeah,
can
then
go
we're
in
using
almost
one
in
word
a
each banner.
timeline, you know what I mean?
Well, you're going both ways.
Yeah.
so-
I don't think you can do it with the timeline because you wouldn't, depending on, it's like numbering the street almost. Because depending on which way you're coming, you can either go up or down, and then I think that
Right.
if we have the wrong dates or something, if we had the, not that we would have the wrong date, but,
You will be right.
you know, I just feel like if we start putting dates up there, that's just like, then, I
Yeah.
don't know if it has to be a chronological
No, I
order,
I
you
didn't
know
mean
what I
putting
mean?
the dates on there, but, you know, like for instance, if the first thing about Berkeley Heights was, let's say, the invention, you know, and the second thing was the artist, you know, putting it in that,
I like that.
going from like, you know, 1700 to 1800 to 1900 to today, 2000, then you've got the four banners.
And then you can go down the other way, in 2000.
Right.
Or you can just say sometimes people are going up and sometimes people going down, doesn't
That's
really
it,
matter.
right.
And you gonna have the logo on it? The entire logo will go on tradition meets.
We need to- I don't think
Not on
so.
every one of them, she's just saying the front and the end.
But just like bookended, so that if we're having trouble with contacts, we can make banners that have Berkeley Heights or Tradition Meets Tomorrow as a, like the bookended.
And that way,
in between.
those that are the same on either one, we can probably make even more of those, and if we ever
And
end up
reuse
putting
them.
banners other places that are just generic Berkeley Heights banners,
Yeah.
you know, we can print, you know, 5 of those.
Yeah, this way you have your
Yep.
standard one ready, you already have your standard base design.
Right, we do, we have experience
That's a great
with the
idea.
next ones, right.
So-
Which are hopefully going up in March or April. Yes, we're very
Yay.
excited.
Awesome.
Alright, so what do you think about history, arts, science, and engineer / math? Cause engineer would be transistor?
Well, I think science is all together, science and engineering,
engineer.
math is
Alright,
all.
so history, arts, science,
Change it around to STEM.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you could have like a
STEM.
STEM.
Yeah, that's the key, that's the key phrase right now,
that's
science,
tomorrow
technology.
or today.
Science,
Tradition
technology.
would be like how it all
Yes,
began.
yes.
Oh my god!
Put it together.
Well, I think those things you might wanna break down then, if you're gonna have STEM. Well, no, you know, that's
No,
kind of
we
one
don't, we
category.
probably don't have them.
Yeah,
don't
we
have to
probably,
do that.
that's good, cause that'll.
So history, arts, and STEM,
You can rename
or
it.
science, or whatever.
You can change the acronym to anything you want.
No, I'm just
I like
thinking
I like STEM.
science,
I like
but I feel like
science.
science and
I like the
technology.
science,
Engineering,
and
math.
technology.
Engineering, math, those
Yeah,
are,
that's
those
all
could all
there.
be sub-category, or sub,
It's all there.
Well, it can be broken down later on.
Yep.
yeah.
And that's easy to put on the banner too, where you're driving by and it's just STEM, you don't have to like.
Yeah.
Or just, either one could work, okay.
Well, anyway,
Do we have another, so then we're just having 3
What do you think?
big categories?
Or else we could think
I
of.
don't know, that, I'm throwing out history, arts, STEM, I think of, you know,
We have history, arts, science,
business.
education, commerce.
Yeah,
Commerce.
e-commerce.
Yes, I like, yeah, the
Just
commerce.
in general, because it is downtown, we should
Yeah.
have something like commerce. You know, it could be religious life or civic life or something, I don't know if we're gonna get in trouble with that stuff,
Mm.
but.
Alright,
Do we have
well,
anything
But that
related for
was-
civic?
Well, for civic, unless Mount, cause Mount Carmel, if that's historic, but that might be.
no, we have to ask
religious.
Dan all
We have
these
to ask
questions,
Dan.
right? And he's gonna guide us as to,
Okay.
but I think, I like these categories, these are
History,
excellent
arts.
categories.
I do
Well
too.
done, girl.
STEM, commerce.
I'm thinking person, place, yes, you should be.
I know.
and civic
Um,
life.
The only thing there though, that I don't know how that's gonna incorporate is I think we
Police
should have, and I got this from the meeting yesterday, they're really proud of the police department and the rescue
Absolutely,
squad
yeah.
and.
Well, we should be,
it-
yeah.
Yeah, and.
Well, that's
it-
just civic.
It was, yeah,
That could be
right.
civic.
Yeah.
That's
What about
civic. There you
sports?
go.
Would that
Okay.
be another one?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's-
Because if we
probably
wanna
done
have the
something cool.
baseball or
Oh, yeah.
the Yankee or whatever.
The sports.
Then you
that's
pop
right.
into your
Sports.
pal.
So now we just got to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories.
There we go.
I think that's a good number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think we need to be somewhere between that 5
I
and
Okay.
have mine, because I've worked on everything and didn't delete anything.
Well, what's
So,
your other?
so let me give you the ones that we're definitely,
Okay.
that we agree with.
Okay.
History,
Yep,
arts,
uh-huh,
STEM,
okay, it's called STEM, I had science and technology, different, 2 different categories, okay,
sports,
okay,
commerce,
yep.
civic life.
I had education and I also had religious life.
Education's good. That would be
Oh,
for the schools.
education's important.
Yeah,
It
education.
really is. I think that's what a lot of people are moving into Berkeley Heights ever since that article came out, what was that, 5 years ago? One of the best towns to live in because of the school system, so,
Sure, well, it is a good point.
And there's probably some in historic education, historic society.
Sure.
Yeah. And then we could probably have more than one thing to say about commerce, for sure, there's probably a few interesting things.
Alright, that's good.
Mhm.
Awesome.
So,
That's a good
art-
number, 7.
I like it.
yeah, and, you know, like Peter Sagal and Jill Santoriello, they would be under the arts,
Arts,
right? And so I just don't know how that's gonna work,
Right,
but,
yeah. But we have a framework.
but within these
and-
categories, you probably,
Wait, don't tell me. Sorry, it's the guy.
We know.
wait, don't tell me, that's right, it is the guy, it is the guy, you're right, I'm not quick at the draw, I'm really not, I've never heard of him before, so.
It's a very fun show, you should.
Oh,
see.
it's a hilarious show.
It's on the weekends or
NPR.
in pod, you can stream it.
Yeah, my mother-in-law loves that.
So that's good, it's a good meeting.
Wow, are we done?
What do you guys think? Well, what
I love
else,
it.
what do you think we should,
Oh, I like the categories, I think that's.
So-
that was the first step,
That
now.
solves a lot of
Is there
problems.
anything else that we need to work on or think about in the banners between now and the next meeting, or just be ready for the
So the next
historic
meeting is,
society?
February, 8th. I invited Dan and I invited Ann, I have not heard back from Dan yet, I'm hoping I listened to an email, hopefully he, answers me soon. And I will give him, these categories,
Mhm.
so he knows what we're thinking about, and then maybe he can come a little prepared. But I think maybe we should go out and like do some research, like on your own,
Mhm.
about what
That's
kind of
interesting.
banners you like, you
Mhm.
see, that you maybe print out some ideas, so that when we come back to the meeting with,
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a picture of the banner, so I just have to find it from in the month and
yeah, I have
send
to
it
find
you.
my pictures
Yeah.
too, I'm always taking pictures all over everywhere I go, for everything I
I've
do.
seen your camera.
Yes, you have.
I think we wanna have nice color, I mean, I think we wanna have a variety of color.
I like your idea of the wash.
I know, I
color.
like that
That's
last
not-
one too.
yeah. Otherwise, it's not gonna be eye-catching.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
Okay.
I think that's all. Anybody else have any thoughts?
Can I ask a question?
For sure.
Was there a change to the order, to the agenda?
Yeah, I told you that in the beginning.
Okay, so when did that get changed?
Jean couldn't make it, so I said I did not want, we weren't gonna talk about the future goals. And then the garbage cans, I don't have enough information to discuss it. I thought I was supposed to get more information today and that never happened, so.
Okay, so it's just removed, you removed the two
I removed
items.
them.
Okay,
Mhm.
thank you. And they'll be rescheduled for next,
As long as the information.
Well, I'll, as long as I get the information, it'll be on the agenda.
Okay,
It'll
thank
be
you.
definitely on a future agenda. I don't know, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
guarantee it's on February.
but it'll get rescheduled as
Yep.
items.
Yep. Does anybody have any questions? Manny? What do you
No, not yet.
think? How you feeling?
No, good. You
I
guys
should
have-
really welcome you.
You guys have some really good ideas that make it look nice. I mean, that's
Yeah, I'm
the
excited.
important
I
part.
guess I should have welcomed you and apologized. Welcome, Manny. Oh, you
Hi,
just-
everybody.
To me, you're just, you know.
Just give me heat, that's all I want.
That's it, yeah.
I think you're in control of that now, we're not, right?
Yeah.
No, that's the county finance guy. I'm not, well, I got more questions to ask, but when I ask one thing, with these banners,
Yeah.
you thought of sponsoring them?
Oh, love that idea.
Absolutely, we could talk about that. I love it.
I kind
We
of
have
like
some, if
zero
we don't have
cost
enough
budgeting.
money,
Yeah.
and the money that we raised, maybe it comes out to be too much.
Cause even some of the,
Absolutely, we
it
could
says you
sponsor.
do the transistor, maybe someone
Maybe
at
Nokia,
that side might,
but
yeah.
Nokia will
Really
wanna
good
be
art.
on there.
Yeah.
Well, even if they were, you know, there's, I'm sure there could be a
I think
small
you
space
could-
in the bottom of the bag.
I mean,
It's
I think if
available.
it was a series, it's more like a series, though, you'd want like, you,
Well, they don't have to get all this.
Won't they still
each
call
one-
that Bell Labs? I mean, they
There's
still.
no Kia Bell Labs now. The Kia bought the name.
Yeah, I mean, putting, Bell Labs itself is just,
Yeah, but Bell Labs is now it's officially Nokia. I just went on,
What about
check
if
the site and
instead on
they
the
changed the
banner,
name on
we
it.
put a little
Oh,
plaque
really?
Surprised the heck out of me.
where you're walking, like
Yeah.
eye level, donated by.
Yeah, then we have to fix
So
that.
every time they put the banners up, they're
We
gonna
have
have to.
different banners.
You gotta put it on the
Different
banner, those are gonna be,
Yeah.
I don't think we have the ability, you know,
Yeah.
it's gonna add too much work to it.
Yeah.
Put it right.
And then we're gonna have to buy a,
Oh.
then we're gonna have to buy a
You can
plaque
put it on the
for
bottom of the
everyone.
banner.
That's right. So wait, so,
Yeah.
so Midge also recommended that what we do is after we come up with our, who we're talking about, what we're doing and what we're gonna talk about, we should have as much information as possible to link them back to the website,
right.
so that they can go
I
back
definitely
and
thought of that.
give some more information and learn about the history of Berkeley Heights.
And that's
Nice.
what the time.
And that could be the historical
should be.
society, exactly, we
Or-
can link
or,
it back to them.
You know, or we can link in both places.
Well, for that, you
We
put your
definitely wanna
3D,
tell more stories.
your 3D, what are they called? The 3D, USB, not USB, 3D, what are they called? 3D scans.
Oh,
You
wait,
ever
you're
seen
just,
them?
you're just talking about.
QVC codes.
Yeah, but
That's
those
a
are.
QR code, you're not
Q-
gonna, what are you gonna do, hold it up?
Yeah.
You know what, I'm surprised.
You might as well
when
put a
it's-
big one then.
No,
Those
they-
are-
I'm surprised when people are actually using
Oh,
these
those
things.
codes?
From a marketing
Yeah.
point of view,
Oh, I've never.
marketing point of view, those are kind of out of favor, and fewer and fewer
Oh,
folks are bothering
interesting.
with them, because they just, I mean, people that they'd be everywhere, and you'd be constantly scanning the
Yeah.
information, but it's very specific, you know, if you're buying a car or something, maybe at a dealership.
You could probably geotag, if you went on the map and just dropped the pin.
Geotagging is cool, especially if we have the extra set of signs somewhere too, you know, that could pull people back, like if you're going past where Habitat Park is, and if there was some way
And we
to
could do.
get information on your phone.
What does that even
There's-
mean? I don't even know what
Everyone
that
could do
means.
You know what
There's
geotagging
ways to do
is?
that.
It'll be right on the map. The map would have the, and then you can
It's
have.
like a
Geotag
whole
on
like
the
world out
map.
there, you can go like geotagging, you can take a whole vacation geotagging.
Oh my god.
What
What
does
does
it
that
mean?
mean?
Keep it simple.
Wait, what does that even mean, geotag? Seriously, am I clueless?
It's a map.
So it's
It
a,
puts a little design on the bottom of the picture that tells you where you are.
and then you
And
can
then
like
it
go and
goes on the
search
map.
based on the coordinates, you know, north
When you
and
So
go
like,
fast.
so if I go on my ways?
No.
So- No.
No,
It's
no,
like
this is
Google
like
Maps.
legit, like, you know, northeasting for like the
Longitude.
world, longitude, latitude.
Oh.
Yes.
It's
That's-
it's virtual,
giving you the
augmented virtual
actual-
reality.
We
Okay.
don't need that.
What
Yeah,
could
I
be
don't
cool?
think, I don't know.
Sorry, it's the, if you had like a treasure hunt, basically, what's that thing where you go find things at
Pokemon.
Geocaching.
geocaching in Berkeley Heights, sorry.
How do you know all this?
I don't know, I was born with.
Everybody
You
knows
were
this.
real.
Everybody. Not me.
But anyway, just a side note, if we do decide to do companies, this is a museum, Symphony Center, and they still have kind of color
I
for
love
each
that.
category, but then they also have a black, and then they have the logos just like
I
in
love
white
that.
underneath, so that might be a solution for, you know.
I do like that. I would make the
The
picture a
words
little bit
bigger.
bigger and the words
yeah,
smaller.
Yeah.
And then, but the bottom having, you know, Bank of America.
Let's say
and-
geo-
That's what I said,
Audi,
to have the
yeah.
donator, whoever,
Yeah.
maybe on the little flag.
So I think you have to get, for just simplicity, I mean, if we have to go out and individually market every banner and who's gonna be the sponsor, that to me is a non-starter. It would be great to have one business sponsor, all of them, and then we do one uniform thing,
And the
otherwise,
consistency.
and I bet you we can get a bank in town to do it, cause they,
Well, even like this case,
Maybe
you
not.
can have people,
or Connell will probably do that.
they can sponsor each category, and then when you're making the sign, that unique sign is gonna be for,
Well,
I,
if you
well,
ge-
I
if you
think we do,
geotag,
I
you
think,
change that.
I think we first, Nicole, do you mind calling Jim, James, what's his name, the banner guy? Who did the banners for us, Experience?
I'll have to look that up.
We're both,
That's like at
we're both
least
like
2
this.
months ago.
Exactly.
More than that, and I should mention it.
Anyway, can you follow up, I'm sure you still have his phone number somewhere.
It's our emails.
Ryland, Ryland?
Yeah, I have
Ryland?
it.
Okay, so
It's
can you
not-
just follow up with
Yes.
him and find out, talk to him about our 5 categories, maybe three per category? How many categories?
We're not
1,
sure
2,
yet.
3, 4. If I had to do 4 or 5 a category, right?
It's not gonna make any difference, each one's distinct, so it
Yes.
doesn't matter how many categories we have, we just have to get price, how many banners. They're all gonna be different.
Yeah, but they're not, cause you're gonna get 4,
Well,
so if I had 7 categories and I do 4
Oh, I
per
see, I get what you're saying,
category, if I
okay.
do 4 per category, I'm just throwing numbers out
Okay.
there, how much per banner would that be?
Okay, it's probably gonna depend on how many we order, so do you have any idea how many?
So if I do 7 categories and do 4 banners per category.
It's 28.
So let's do
And then a couple extra, 30.
4, so 7, let's say 8 categories, because we're gonna do the ends, so 8 categories, 4, let's say 5 each, that's 40.
Okay.
So let's just do 40.
40 is how many we've done in the past.
We
Ask
have
him
done
what his,
40 in
ask
the
him what his
past.
break point is, cause if he goes, if it's cheaper 50, you might as well get your 10 for your
But I
ends.
think we're gonna
Get
get kind of.
extras already waiting.
Well, yeah, as long as I don't have to.
Well, ask him, if
Yeah.
there's a price
You know
point
the
at
price
50
point.
or.
Yeah,
And you might
just
just
talk to
find
him,
it for
just
us.
talk to him and
It's
find, tell
worthwhile.
him what our concept is and,
Yeah, he was nice, he'd be like, if you do 50, you get a better price, so.
yeah,
Yeah, depends, if it's 50 cents, no.
Right.
yeah, right.
So what the
And
economy
then-
is that when your printers are only set up once, right? And so
Right.
you set up and you print as many times as you want. So the fact that it's gonna just be different.
7 times or
Yeah.
8 times,
Yeah,
right?
it's 'cause
So,
it's a setup.
and then can you find out, exactly how big the banners are? Because he used them, we did 2 different materials. So maybe he could
right.
recommend which material is still better on this case scenario.
Okay.
One was the fabric material, and then the other one was the plastic
Yeah.
material. I think I like the plastic one. You could really wash it down, but you could wash the fabric one down too. Sure.
I just forgot the sign that's in front of the shopping center, the sign that looks brick is plastic.
Yeah, it's fake. It's up there to be,
Is there gonna be limits on what we can print on the fabric versus the plastic? So I would think the fabric, it would be tougher to print some photos and things, but maybe not.
Yes, that's why
Yes.
we had to use the plastic.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
Because it was hard to print that,
So, yeah.
brand.
It might make sense to just do the plastic if
Plastic
we
one.
wanna have these.
It's not plastic, what is
Fine,
it? It's
like a
vinyl.
vinyl.
That's the thing,
Vinyl.
right.
It's not a canvas, it's like a vinyl.
It's not a canvas,
Yeah.
right, thank you, you knew the words better than I do, perfect, alright, awesome. Okay, so,
Any
we'll
adjourn?
follow up with that. Nothing,
How
that's
much
it,
time
right?
do we do?
We're gonna all go back and
I
look
have-
at
I have
banners.
notes that I'll email to you guys, because I took a list.
Oh, yeah, the kind
Alright, cool.
Are you doing minutes effective today, or
Yes.
are you doing minutes today?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, I didn't take any notes.
It's all right. Next time.
I'm
There you
terrible.
go.
I'll make sure you.
Should I
Set
just
with
do
the
it?
second.
I will make sure that you get the.
Van will sign it also.
I mean, if it's, I could wing it, I mean.
I have
No.
notes, so, I have some notes. Why don't I just send you some
Your notes.
and then you can just, and I'll send you the template that I have.
Yeah, that's
and
what,
that-
I was
and then
gonna
you
say,
can
can I just
put-
copy
you
the
can just-
format that you
yeah,
did? Okay.
yeah.
Awesome.
It's really easy, it has a little calendar.
Do I need to get it notarized?
No.
No.
I don't know, ask Tom, he may tell you.
Which Tom?
Yeah. Alright,
All right.
meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor?
8:20.
Aye, aye.
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 Thank you.